These are the 20 most ridiculous last-minute moments in football history. The game was about to end, and Owen smacked the ball into the net, and Liverpool won the FA Cup.
Oh, look at the pace here of Michael Owen again! It's there!
Next up is Toby Alderweireld's goal in the 93rd minute. It was like a lightning bolt that struck Antwerp with pure joy. Imagine waiting 66 years for a title, and then Toby's goal did that.
Wie kan erbij? Bataille maakt zich vrij. Alderweireld trapt en scoort! Alderweireld scoort! Oh la la!
Doing this at a higher level like the Champions League is absolutely crazy. Man City thought they had it all in the bag with a 2-goal lead in the Champions League semi-finals, but the 13-time European champions weren't ready to call it quits. Rodrigo, the super sub, turned into a superhero, scoring 2 goals in just 2 minutes. And then Benzema makes a 3-2 in just 2 minutes into extra time. But this time, Messi was there to stop him. In the 2017 El Clasico, it was down to the wire, and it looked like both teams were ready to call it a draw. But then Messi had other plans. With just seconds left, he pulled off the unthinkable.
Inside! It's Messi!
But the thinking of West Brom was that Allison had left his goal behind him, just to witness him sending their team behind in the last minutes. It's not a striker, not a midfielder, but none other than the goalkeeper Alisson Becker.
Make yourself a story. It's Alexander on. Oh, it's Allison! Unbelievable!
At age 33, Rooney pulled off an MLS stunner. The DC United keeper left his net empty for a late winner, but Rooney turned savior. He tackled at midfield, then launched a pinpoint assist for the game winner. Absolute magic.
Rooney putting one up. Acosta. Header! Goal! Hat-trick! Acosta!
But the real magic is with Lucas Moura, who became the magician of the UCL semi-final. With 90 minutes gone and the game tied, Ajax was inches away from the Champions League final in 2019. But then, in a heartbeat, Lucas became the hero. He not only sent the Spurs into the final, but also arguably scored the most impactful hat trick of the decade. But this club failed to win a European trophy for decades. Benfica's European trophy drought stretched an astounding 51 years, dating all the way back to 1962, when Eusebio was ruling the pitch. Fast forward to 2013 and they found themselves in the Europa League final against Chelsea. The Blues captain, defensive linchpin John Terry, was sidelined due to injury, giving Benfica hope. 68 minutes in, both teams found the net, sending tension through the roof. Cardoza attempted a long-range stunner, and Lampard unleashed a thunderbolt that hit the woodwork.
It was a beauty, and it was definitely heading in tremendously well. And the shot is fired in, it's off the woodwork.
What a strike, what a shot this is.
Deep into stoppage time, Chelsea earned a corner, and their last chance to break the deadlock before heading into extra time. And they did it. But at least, they were not from the European top 5 leagues, because Dortmund hasn't won a Champions League since 1997. But they did come close in 2013. But Arjen Robben and Mario Mandzukic inflicted a painful loss on Dortmund. Robben's assist set up Mandzukic in the 60th minute, but Dortmund equalized 8 minutes later, as the fans gasped for air. Extra time seemed likely, given Bayern Munich's dominance that year. But in the 88th minute, Robben scored a goal that will always be on the top of his list.
It's done well. Robben is there! Arjen Robben!
But this one is extra special, because it clinched Real Madrid's 10th UCL title. In the 2014 Champions League final, Atletico Madrid took the lead against Real Madrid. It seemed tough for Real, but in the last minutes of injury time, Ramos came in. Real went on to dominate in extra time, winning 4-1 and created an unforgettable final.
Modric takes. It's a header from Sergio Ramos!
Now we move on to top 10 with Peter Schmeichel, famous for his remarkable saves. His incredible career in the 90s and early 2000s saw him win the Premier League 5 times with Man U, but one of his most legendary moments occurred in 2001 while playing for Aston Villa. In a daring move, he joined the attack for a corner in the 90th minute, and achieved the unthinkable by scoring a goal all by himself.
Staunton with it. Almost fell for Schmeichel, does! And it's in!
Next up in 2017, Barcelona suffered a devastating 4-0 loss to PSG. Suarez, Neymar, Messi seemed helpless against PSG's onslaught, especially Di Maria, who single-handedly tore through their defense. After that 4-0 beatdown, Barca needed a miracle to reach the Champions League quarterfinals. So on March 8th, they rolled up their sleeves. Suarez struck first to make it 1-0. An own goal by Cruzado followed, bringing it to 2-0, and Messi added another goal to make it 3-0, but Cavani scored for PSG, making it 3-1. Barca still needed 3 more goals instead of 2. In the 88th minute, desperation loomed over Barca fans. Neymar then struck an incredible free kick, making it 4-1, but the real craziness happened in the 91st minute, when a penalty found the back of the net. Barca needed just 1 more goal to pull off the impossible. And then it happened. In the 95th minute, with everything in the balance, Sergio Roberto did this.
Gets onto his left foot and plays it into the box. It's in the net! It's in the net! It's in the net! It's in the net!
This time a totally different story. In the dramatic injury time of the 2013 playoff semi-final, it all came down to Anthony Knockaert, who had a penalty and the chance to be the hero for Leicester. But in just a few seconds, the script flipped entirely. Knockaert's penalty was saved, and the ball found its way to Troy Deeney, who went from player to crowd surfer in a wild celebration for Watford.
It's Hogg! Deeney!
Robin van Persie, the deadly striker, had made headlines when he turned down a massive £300,000 weekly salary offer from Man City, and he chose to wear the red of Man U instead in the summer of 2012. In his first Manchester derby for Man U, the match ended up in a thrilling 2-2 draw after 92 minutes, but Van Persie hadn't scored yet. Then in stoppage time, he took a free kick and with a deflection, it found the net. This iconic moment earned him praise from Sir Alex Ferguson, comparing him to Eric Cantona. That is an achievement.
Van Persie took a deflection. Oh, he's done it! It's Van Persie!
But in the 2006 FA Cup final, famously known as the Gerrard final, Liverpool found themselves in a tough spot, trailing 2-0 early in the match. But they mounted a spectacular comeback with Steven Gerrard playing the starring role. His heroic efforts saw Liverpool equalize at 3-3, thanks in part to his dramatic long-range goal in the 91st minute. After extra time and a nerve-wracking penalty shootout, Liverpool ultimately emerged triumphant, securing their 7th FA Cup.
It's Ferdinand, saved again by Reina, and Liverpool have won the FA Cup.
This one was for the history books. Andreas Iniesta's last-minute goal against Chelsea in the semi-final of the Champions League is etched in football history on May 6, 2009. In the return leg of the Champions League semi-finals, FC Barcelona needed a goal to reach the semi-finals. In the 93rd minute of the match, Andreas delivered the decisive strike, securing qualification for Barcelona with an unforgettable goal.
But it's Messi! It's Iniesta!
And the Chelsea fans cover their eyes in horror!
But Chelsea came back for revenge in 2012. Chelsea was on the brink of kicking Barcelona out of the Champions League after a 1-0 victory in London, but the return match in Spain took an unexpected turn when Captain John Terry received a red card and Barca took a 2-0 lead. But the game was far from over. Just seconds before halftime, Ramirez secured a vital goal for Chelsea, making it 2-1, even with only 10 players left. Chelsea managed to fend off Barcelona's relentless attempts, but they needed one more goal to secure a spot in the final. Roberto Di Matteo, in a pivotal coaching moment, decided to call Torres off the bench. Torres then went on to score his most legendary last-minute goal of all time, sealing Chelsea's remarkable journey to the final.
It's Torres to give Chelsea a place in the Champions League!
In the highly anticipated 2014 World Cup between Germany and Argentina, the world was bracing for a penalty shootout, but Mario Götze had other ideas. In a moment of individual brilliance, he single-handedly secured Germany the 2014 World Cup, securing the decisive goal that broke Messi's heart.
Aimed in for Götze!
We all know about this one. Argentina, in 2022, came fully prepared. In the World Cup 2022 final, Emiliano Martinez delivered a jaw-dropping last-minute wonder save to deny Randall Colomuani and keep Argentina's hopes alive. This has got to be the best save in World Cup history.
I cannot say, Colomuani! What
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Sergio Aguero's last-minute goal against Queen's Park Rangers in the 2011-2012 Premier League season. This iconic moment unfolded in the final minutes of the final matchday, with the Premier League title hanging in the balance. City needed 2 goals in the extra time, and none came just after the referee signaled 5 extra minutes. And then, at the last minute, Aguero happened.
Aguero!